Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can probably tell, unfortunately, if you're here for gameplay, this is not that. A video will be coming out in the next couple of days for gameplay, and you probably had one yesterday if this goes out on Saturday as planned. So the video today is going to be about this graph you're seeing here, which is essentially how you're going to be able to tell where you are based, compared to the rest of the world playing ranked Vanguard. Before I get into it though, I just wanted to say I got this information from the source is actually from a guy's Twitter account. He works for Activision, so he has the data, and he's basically done it as of the 6th of April. So, for example, I didn't want to delay this too much because then the data would be out of date, but as of the 6th of April 2022, this is how the distribution is of players and their rank. For those of you who don't really have Reddit, I don't have an account myself, but if you guys head over to the CoDCompetitive Reddit, you find out all sorts of information, some updates on the CDL, some ranked play tips and tricks, as well as information like this, which I do find quite useful and interesting. So yeah, as I said, CoDCompetitive, all one word. Go over to Reddit and you'll find interesting stuff like this. I could have just commented on the video showing it, like sending you over there to show you this, but I thought it'd be interesting to have it as a video just so we can talk about it, and I can see your feedback in the comments below. Because it is a different sort of video for me. It's more informative rather than like gameplay related. You're not here to see me smack on some scrubs. Essentially, you are seeing me just talk about a graph. That's what it comes down to. So, essentially, what we have here is the distribution of a whole player base of ranked Vanguard and where they stack up in their rank. Now, if you guys don't know exactly which rank you are, if you head over onto the ranked play section of Vanguard and press on My Career, and then press and then on the skill division section, it should say your badge, and then below it should say rank, and then the SR rating you've got. So, for example, me right now, it says skill division, rank master 2, SR 2844. So essentially, that just means that I am sat in this section of the graph. If you can see my cursor right here, I'm sat in this section of the graph. So yeah, I'm not going to assume you have any knowledge of statistics or anything like that. So I'm going to talk to you. If you do, you're probably going to think I'm talking to you like an idiot, so I do apologise for that. But I'm just going to cover everyone who maybe doesn't understand this chart, just so that everyone knows what we're talking about essentially here. So what we have here is essentially the ranks at the bottom, and then obviously the height depends on how many people are in the certain rank. So essentially, you're saying that most people sit around the advanced and expert area, which is to be expected, which is what it should be. To be fair, a ranked division should have the majority of players in the middle section, and then obviously less players as you get further towards the challenger side of things. Less and less players are in those certain divisions, and if you say similarly going all the way to contender, less and less people are in those divisions equally. So let's take this as an example. So let's run this through. So this doesn't mean if you're in the master, you're in the top 4%. This essentially means 4% of all players currently playing Vanguard ranked are in master. Similarly, it goes to advanced. It's not saying you're in the top 34% if you're in advanced. It's essentially saying 34% of the player base is in advanced. The way you tell how where you are in the world, you just add them up. So essentially, if you're master, you're in the top 5% because challengers are 1% and masters 4%. So you're in the top 5% if you're master. You're in the top 19% if you're in elite. You're in the top 48% if you're an expert, and then everything else below that is in the bottom 50% of the player base. So contenders, you bottom 3%, specialists, you bottom 18%, and advanced, you're in the bottom 52%. So let's say, give or take a few percent, the split is fairly equally down the middle here. So if you're an expert or above, you're in the top 50%, and unfortunately, if you're an advanced, you're in the bottom 50%, which I suppose a lot of people are. But hey, that's part of the grind, it's part of rank play. You want to build up, and as you do build up and as you get better, you're going to be seeing yourselves in the expert, elite, master, and possibly even challenger if you're sweaty enough. So yeah, it's a bit of a guide. You've got to estimate certain things. So for example, as I said previously in the video, I'm master rank 2, so I know I'm not in the top 4. I'm further into the top 1% than I am the top 5%. So essentially, if you're master 5, like on the very brink of master and elite, but you're in master, you will be in the top 5% here. So if you're further towards this side, for example, if you're master 1, you're going to be much closer to the top 1% than you are the top 5%. So for example, for me, it does take a bit of guesstimation. I'm in the master 2, just currently here, which means I'm probably in the top 2.5%, 3% possibly. Based on the size of this bar here, for master ranked 5th, I would say I'm probably in the top 2% here. And you could use that sort of basis everywhere. So for example, in elite, say if you're towards the higher end of elite, chances are you're going to be in the top 6% rather than the top 19%, which is what you're going to be if you're in this bar. So yeah, you guys can probably read the chart for yourself. As I said, I got it from Reddit, and check it out for yourself if you aren't sure. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to share. I know it's a bit of a different video, but as I said, I have got some gameplay coming up in the next couple of days for you guys to watch and hopefully enjoy. Yeah, any questions regarding the data? If you're not sure about where you'd stack up against if you're certain rank, feel free to drop it down in the comments. I'll be happy to help. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.